Jolan True, and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy, and welcome to another video in our little A to Z officers series. And before I come to our last next gen officer on my list, I just want to say, if you're not a subscriber of my channel yet but do like my videos, then please do subscribe to my channel. And when you do, also click this little bell and all notifications so you will be notified when another video comes out. But now let's have a look at our next common officer, which is next Gen Troi. She is class Science, which means you need science badges to upgrade her later. She's from the group Next Generation, as I said, and that means that if she's captain, she can get synergy from others of that group if they are on the bridge with her, or she can give synergy to another captain of that group if she's on the bridge. And she's from the faction Federation, which means you need Federation faction credits to upgrade her. And if you don't know who Counselor Troi is, which most people will know, then there's a little info text in the info box. There's always a text for all the officers, just in case you don't know them. Some are longer, some are shorter, and in case of Troi, probably a not so needed one, but for others, I never heard of. You definitely need them. She does have a captain maneuver, as you could hear earlier, and that's Face of the Enemy, which is another title of an episode. And that's one I liked, by the way, where she was turned into a Romulan. And she claimed to be a Tal Shiar officer. Next Gen Troi increases the weapon damage of the ship by 5%. Doesn't sound that much, but in opposite to Riker, which I talked about yesterday, she has this ability throughout the whole combat, and so it is more helpful than just for one round. And so this is something that might be very useful for you. And in the beginning of the game, and that's the point where you will have the next gen officers very early, all those little bonuses are really important for you to help you get over the hostiles, the missions, and so on. And so they are still quite important. And her officer ability is empathic. She is an empath. So Next Gen Troi increases the shield deflection, armor, and dodge of the ship by 20%, which is another nice ability. And 20% is quite nice at that stage of the game as well. So a combination of those Next Gen officers is really something that can help you after you just started playing this game, and in your very early stages you will really like those, and you will see the difference without those officers and with those officers against hostiles and so on already. Later on they will not play a role anymore, because as a common officer she does not have an away team trait. That means I'm not using her for ages now. I'm level 55 at the moment when I'm filming this. And so she's of no use for me. The away teams at some point, and that's still very early, start to need those away team traits. So you will probably not send them to away teams. And on the bridge you will have better officers when you move forward to PMC or the Kirk crew. And then the next gen crew will just sit around. But until then, in your early stages, they will be very helpful. And they are easy to get, as I said, because Troi is like the others in the standard recruit section, with a high probability for a common officer to be picked when you exchange a chest here. And the tokens are easy to get. And if you've seen my video on how to get shards in this section, even if you don't have the tokens, then you will know why I always say you will have those officers very, very early, most probably. You can still have very mean luck, then you wouldn't, but in usual cases you will have them very, very, very early, and then you can use different combinations of those next gen officers and later just max them for your mess hall. It's a requirement for the mess hall to have a lot of officers leveled up, so they will help until that point. I mentioned that in another video already. But being the video on the last next gen officer now, I really would like to know, what next gen crews have you used at your time when you were using those officers? That will definitely be very interesting for other viewers that just started playing the game. So please write it in the comments. And if you have questions about anything else in this game or video requests, you know that I regularly read the comments and that you can ask that in the comments as well. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.